Hello, Mr. Ed here. Today is September 5th, 2019, and I'm revisiting Covington Country Club, the column that I pulled bees out of. This will be the third time I pulled them out of them, but I've also caught at least over the last 3 years probably 6 swarms sitting right on top of this column right here. And what I did last year, because what happened was I had my swarm trap set on the top of the column right here, but the bees moved into the column itself. Instead of moving into the trap, they moved into the column. So what I did was I plugged the column up really good, set my swarm trap on there, caught a swarm on here, and then about 4 months ago another swarm moved in, and this time they moved in inside the column, and they couldn't get in around the plywood that's up top of here. They got in through the mortar crack right here. This is where the bees are, their entrance right here, where the top of this column is almost like cracked off, and the mortar joint opened up, and the bees were able then to access the interior of this column through that crack in the mortar. So why this spot in Covington? Why this? I've caught so many bees right here. And the only reason I can explain is that this is an older subdivision here on the North Shore, and it was probably built like in the 60s, and so it's a very established neighborhood. A lot of old growth trees, homes are older, and so as the homes deteriorate, it gives lots of access to for bees to enter into the homes, and so it's just a good place. Plus, the Covington River is only about a quarter of a mile east of us right here. And the other thing that's really cool about this place is that this was the second golf club on the North Shore. There were 2 of them here in the 60s and 70s, which was the Louis Prima golf course and Covington Country Club. And so the golf course is directly behind the trees right here. And before I leave, I'll get a shot of that to show you the golf course, at least one of the holes on it. So by the grace of God today, I'm going to try to do this really fast. It's supposed to get up to 100 degrees today. That's why I'm here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I want to get this thing done pretty quick. And all I'm going to do is simply open it up, try to run the bees out with some Bee Quick, and vacuum the bees as I go, because we're still in our dearth. Even though we're getting ready to start another nectar flow. I saw the love bugs flying. They've been flying for about a week now, so it's coming. Within the next 2 weeks, we'll have one. But because we're in one still, the robbing is fierce. So I'm really concerned about getting these bees out of here, moving the comb before all the robbing starts. So by the grace of God, these little bees right here, and I don't know what the situation is going to be inside of there, but we'll see if we can get these girls out of here, catch a queen, and bring them up to the abbey. Let's wrangle. I think I got everything set up. The vacs right here. Screwed a couple of handles on a piece of plywood up here. Lit the smoker. All I'm going to do is I'm going to blow a couple of puffs of smoke inside of here, pry up this top, lift it up, and I don't know, maybe the bees had attached the comb to the bottom of this piece of plywood right here or not, but we'll find out in just a second. I'll grab the camera and show you what it looks like right here. So I tried to block off this column so the bees wouldn't get in there before, and what I did was I used a rag I had and I just stuck it around it and then put the plywood on top of that and let the rag take up any space between it. So because that rag was there, the bees couldn't build on the bottom of the plywood. They started to build on the bottom of that rag. So let's go ahead and pull this rag up and see what we're looking like. Oh my. It's going to be difficult to get this thing out of here, I can assure you. Alright, I'm going to start vacuuming some of these bees out of here. And I do have my Bee Quick, And I'm going to shoot it down the side to push these bees out of here. I want to give you a better shot of what I'm looking at. You can see at the bottom that first piece dropped down in there, but I got a special tool to get that with. You can see all our bees, our comb. No sign of the queen, but lots and lots of hive beetles. Oh my goodness. I'm questioning whether I want to use this comb. There's just so many beetles in it. It's looking good so far. I still haven't seen the queen. Looks like there's 3 more pieces of comb in here to cut out. And then that one at the bottom. You can see that wire all the way down to the bottom. I pushed that down one of the times just in case the bees got back in here and they wouldn't build a comb around that wire and make it even really harder for me. Alright, let's go ahead and start vacuuming some more bees. This comb is really hard to get out of this space. A lot of the mortar is very irregular and the comb is built to conform to that irregularity, so when you try to twist it to get it out, it's not the easiest thing in the world. It doesn't just lift right out. Pretty cool. It smells good in there though. So all the comb is out of the column now. The bees are still in there. And that one piece of comb is on the bottom. And I don't want to really vacuum the bees anymore because I still think our queen is still in there. So what I want to do is I want to pull out that piece of comb at the very bottom of there and bring that up to the top and lay it on the top of the column right here. And then I'm going to spray some honey robber, Be Quick, up into the column right here. Have my vacuum cleaner running, and as these bees start running out that column, hopefully we'll be able to nab the queen. So let me show you my secret weapon that I use to get that comb from the very bottom. How about that, man? All right, so let's see how this is going to work. Getting it out. I mean, it is all the way at the bottom. There's no more bees on it. Oh yeah. Like a surgeon pulling out. Oh yeah, baby, look at that one. All right. So now we've got all the comb out from the column. Still a lot of bees in there. They're not real happy. So I'm going to now spray the robber down in there and push these bees, and they're going to come right up onto the top of this comb, and I'll be vacuuming as I do, and I'll be looking for the queen as well. Oh, look, there she is right here up at the top. Look at that, trying to get away. Thank you, Jesus. Wowee. I can just go ahead and I'm going to leave her up here. Oh, let me show you this. That's too funny. I walk back over there and I look at the top of the column, and there she is, trying to make a big escape. She looked like she was trying to get up into the air, but with that big old butt, she wasn't going far, but she could have got to the ground, and that would have been hard. But we've been graced with another queen. I'm going to go ahead and start vacuuming up these bees and get this job over. Thank you, Jesus. Woo! We interrupt this video to bring you some very important product information. Quite often in the comments section, I get a lot of comments concerning that knife that I use in this removal, and it really is a very useful tool. This particular one is called, it's a 16-inch serrated edge Christmas tree trimmer, and it's made by the Sharp Shop. That's what it says so right there, the Sharp Shop. And I believe I bought these online from Forest Products, because that's where you're going to find them. People in forestry, they'll use this thing, and if you ever see the video on it, the guy just goes to a Christmas tree farm and he's just whacking this thing, trimming the branches on the Christmas trees. But it really cuts old wax really well. Even you saw when I was cutting in that column how even with the mortar, it still cut the wax pretty well. So they really are a very useful tool. They're not cheap. They're like about $70. And I know the Dirt Rooster uses a bread knife, a serrated bread knife. And I believe it's quite as long, but they work really well too. Serrated edge and long, it's really a good thing. Problem with this is they're stainless steel blades, and you can see the nick right here. And what happens is eventually the whole blade will break. And when it breaks, then I make a little one. And this is what I use to cut all my comb when I get back to trim it to the hives. So two very good useful tools to do your bee wrangling with. And now we return you to your regularly scheduled video. It ain't there no more, folks. It's all gone. So I'm going to go ahead and finish wrapping up, vacuum up these bees and open up the van. Show you what we got afterwards. Well, here's what we got from these bees. Nice gang of bees. I can say it's a real big old mass of them, but it'll make a hive. And then our queen is right there. And then in our ice chest is where I put all of our comb. There's 3 or 4 frames that I might be able to get out of this. Other than that, I'm not putting this in there. I do not want the beetles to hatch out. That's all I have for you in this one. Really nice little sweet little wrangling job. Bees look good, comb not so good, but the bees look good. We'll get them in another box, get all that stuff taken care of. I believe these girls will be alright. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching, and I'll be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed. I'm out of here until the next video. So once I cross the ditch, go through the woods, get to the barbed wire. This is what we're looking at. Look at this. Nice. Nobody's out here today. Guess it's too hot. Actually, I was kind of thinking I'd see the dirt rooster out here because, you know, he always follows me. And he's told me that lately he's been not really working all that much and he's been practicing his golf swing. Rooster, are you out here?